Hey guys, Justin here from Simplified Investing. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Again, as always on Sunday, we like to put together our watch list for the week, highlighting market breakdown and then the 5 plays that we are going to be watching for the week. With that being said, before I get started, again, if you are interested in joining our private team to get our course alerts and more, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com today. We would love to have you guys on board. So the 5 plays this week, the first one being mRNA, second one being Lulu, third one being AFRM, fourth one being Peloton, and then the 5th one being AMC. Stay tuned for this watch list video and start your guys' week off strong. Thank you and have a great weekend. So getting things started, for those of you who have watched our previous videos, the first thing that we like to do is break down the market. What can we expect to see on the market? Some things that we are noting on the market. So with that being said, the proxy I'm going to be using today for a market indicator is going to be /NQ. And for those of you who have watched previous videos, /NQ is going to be the E-mini NASDAQ 100 Index futures. So it's going to be futures trading off of the NASDAQ market. So here we go. We're getting a breakdown here on Friday. Friday, we did see a red day. We're trying to form this bearish breakdown here off of the highs of 15,700 rejection here on 9/7. You can see here from a volume-based perspective, a lower volume day with a lot of selling pressure that we did see here throughout the day. So we see this continued higher high here, almost making an inverted cup here. You guys see, normally you get a cup formation right here. Now you're trying to see this inverted cup here. So strong support down here around 15,175. Not seeing much until we get there. We do have a little bit of support here at 15,272. But again, the market's super weak here on Friday. A lot of selling pressure, again, down 0.72% on the futures index itself. Lower volume day, you can see here, we are trading about 82% of the total amount of volume compared to usual on the NASDAQ futures. Traded 387,199 contracts compared to the average 30-day moving average of 475,000. So lower volume day, but nonetheless a lot of selling pressure that we have been seeing here. So if we zoom in on a shorter time frame here, you guys can see this dive that we had in the last hour towards market close. You can see this push down here at, we get this basically from 1300, so 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Continued lower low here off of this rejection up here towards this region at 15,600. We get this rejection here at 1210 and then continued selling pressure. A very, very weak day here after we get a strong gap open into basically lower lows the entire day. So we get a key level here, 15,425, looks to be the low that we did see here on Friday. We'll be watching that one open up here on futures. It'll open up in about 4.5 hours here. 5 o'clock Central Standard Time is when it does open. But going back to this, looking very weak here, formed a topping consolidation pattern here. We got 7 days of consolidation here into a breakdown now. Not liking this one unless we can reclaim over this region here at 15,625. Till then, not liking the NASDAQ market here, forming a very weak bearish setup. We do have a support here at 15,400. We'll be eyeing that. We can draw that as a visualization so we have this level on Monday. If we do get a pullback here, 15,400, we'll be watching that for a bounce region. Strong rejection point before a breakout here on 825, following a breakout on 827. So watching that, again, 15,400 will be key here on the NASDAQ /NQ into the coming week. That being said, the first play of the week, one that we've been watching a lot lately, one that we've been able to play a few times, Moderna. Actually, one that was on our watch list last week down here when it was at $400 a share. So huge breakout that we did see here on Moderna, followed exactly the way we thought on this breakout over 415. So pushing up here, continued higher highs. We did make a higher high here on Friday, pushing up to 464 region. We do have a 497.49 resistance region. Reason for this gap up into sell-off is going to be that weakness that we did see on the NASDAQ market. Moderna, component of that market, reason for it selling off. What I'm watching here is if we can reclaim the highs here from Friday at 465, if we do go in on a shorter time frame interval, you can see that pre-market action. We did see a lot of selling pressure here into open, where we continuously broke down and tried to hold this 450 region here. You can see the strong bounce all the way, a $10 bounce move here in 15 minutes. And then we tried to claim this level here. Now we're consolidating on that 450 support. So 450, a very key region here on Monday for Moderna. We'll be watching that again. 465 breakout will be the level I'm watching for a continued upside move here on the day. Compared to the last few days, Moderna not the strongest volume here on Monday, but we're still trying to continue this higher high trend move and push up to all-time highs at 497.49. So liking this one a lot here in the coming week. Just waiting on that 465 breakout here for the coming week, and also if we can get the NASDAQ market to follow through as well. Second play, one that I was watching to get a play on, Lulu, that strong earnings gap up here, but we got so much selling pressure off of this earnings. Again, you look at volume here, we did trade almost 8 million shares here on Thursday after this earnings gap up. It gapped up all pre-market into open, looked like a solid setup, and then we got selling off the entire time. So if we zoom in on a shorter time frame, you can see strong after-hours movement, strong volume here into a lot of profit taking on open, continued lower lows, holding this 420 region strong here, liking that. I do want to see this over this region here at 435. So when we do find regions we want to break out, we always draw the levels, so draw it here. And also on this 420 support here. So currently range bound in between these two regions. Waiting on a breakout, ideally of 435 with volume for a power earnings gap, continued move here on the daily chart. Continued higher high here, strong gap up to all-time highs, but again, facing a lot of selling pressure here off of this gap up. People taking profit from earnings as Lulu did hit all-time highs here. So waiting on that 435 breakout here, looks to be a strong level to break here for a continued upside move, with 420 providing a strong supply of buyers here to the downside if we can get a bounce level at that 420 support region. Third one that had an incredibly strong day here on Friday. Again, anytime you have something moving 34%, obviously very volatile, strong move. Traded 965% of the daily volume. So normal average 30-day volume at just about 5.5 million on Friday. We traded almost 55 million. So almost 1,000% normal volume. You can see this crazy amount of gap through here over this $100 region. Great upside move here, 146.90 resistance. You can see how volatile this is. We had a swing back here on 115 all the way up here from 137 to a close at 114. So $20 move off the highs, almost a 15% move. So keep that in mind. Very volatile mover here. You can see a huge swing, 46.50 all the way up to 146.90 just on the daily chart here. So watching this, a beautiful gap breakout here over this $100 region, pushing up through 110 here with strong buying. Next level I want to see breakout here above is where we did see a lot of selling and rejection here at this 130 region. So 130, a key level here for AFRM, one that does not trade weekly, so you do have to play monthlies on it. Downfall to trading something that doesn't have weeklies is it takes a bigger movement for those monthly contracts to move, but nonetheless can still present a great setup in and of itself. So also right here, 140 rejection, very strong here. You can see this candlestick reversal we tried to form here, back to the upside. Breakdown here, continued lower lows, but a lot of selling pressure in this 140 region. I do want to see a 130 breakout here over this strong resistance zone that we did form back here at the beginning of the year in February. So watching this, if we can get a continuation higher high through 130, I do think we can see 140 on this. If we can get that volume to continue, I mean, incredible volume that we have been seeing on this, the highest volume we've seen on the daily chart. Let's see if we can get that to continue here in the coming week. The fourth play, one that's trying to form a potential reversal here, one that we have been trading recently off of the reversal lows, is going to be Peloton. Peloton, strong bounce here. You can see overall a huge consolidation base that started back in February. Not much movement. A lot of the craze behind the at-home workouts has died off, as has Peloton stock. So watching this, strong amount of buyers coming in here off this 95 support. I mean, we're moving from 95 all the way up to almost 120 in a matter of 2 days with abnormal volume, trading about 300% of the normal volume that we have seen in the past 30 days. So 3x the normal amount of volume. Strong reversal off of the lows here. Now, what I want to see is if we can get a move over 120 here. That will be the key. The biggest thing that we want to see is a continuation of volume. We don't just want to see a cut move to 120 on fading volume. So that fading volume means that the buyers aren't there. We aren't continuing that low reversal that we have seen on Peloton, and the strength isn't there to take this one quite yet. So Watching if we can get continued volume here on Peloton over 120. Do think we have potential to reach this 126.20 and then 128.03 resistance regions above if we can get that volume to confirm. Last one that I'm sure a lot of you have been watching, AMC, finally getting some movement, but the biggest thing with this one is the volume just simply not there. You can see the volume that we had on the spike back here in May. You can see all the volume trading almost, 0.8 billion compared to the average now of 0.1 billion. So 8x volume back then. We aren't getting the volume yet, but that does not mean it cannot be on a watch list. You're watching it for a reason. We're waiting on that setup here. So personally, what I like to do is wait on AMC for that volatility. The premiums on this are normally around 300% IV, so that means the contracts are very, very expensive, and thus you need AMC to be very volatile on the move. I personally am watching this if we can get a breakout over 55 here, a strong resistance zone that we were seeing back here in May and June. That will be a key level to test here if we can get that reversal and push towards 55 for a breakout towards 60, and then again at all-time highs here at 72.62. Biggest thing on this one is waiting on that volume to follow through. Currently, no volume on this one, no abnormal volume, I should say. Waiting on that 55 breakout here with volume for a continued upside move. That being said, that wraps up our weekly watch list video. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. And as always, let us know below what plays you guys are watching. I always like to see what you guys are watching, what you're looking to trade at for the week. Hope you guys all have a great green week. And for those of you on the team, look forward to trading with you tomorrow. Thank you.